Hi friends, I'm so glad you're here. Today I want to talk about the law of attraction, and it's my favorite topic. Really, it's my favorite topic. So I want to hear from you on what the law of attraction means to you and how it has maybe worked out in your life. I'm going to tell you a little story on how it took me to Hawaii to live, and I found the love of my life and career of my dreams. So the law of attraction works. It's just going to take a lot of courage on your end. If you want to hear all about it and my 4 specific steps on how I get there, then just keep watching. You've probably already heard what the law of attraction is. But what I've found is commonly misinterpreted is that the law of attraction is wishing upon a star and then it magically appears in your life. And I'm going to be honest with you, sometimes that's how it works out. But more scientifically, there's something called the RAS, or Reticular Activating System, that is a bundle of nerves in our brainstem, and its job is to filter important information to our brain because we could never process all of the information that's in front of us all the time. Once we get very clear on what we want to draw into our life, our brain says, oh, okay, and then starts filtering all of those things that's already available to you, so you're seeing more opportunities. The magical part, I think, is that you're clear on your goals, your brain is showing you how they exist, and then you really do have the courage to say yes, because you know in your heart, and you can't deny it, that it's what you want and it is your next step in your life. It kind of helps you get rid of the fear that surrounds your dreams and goals, because we all have fear that surrounds our dreams and goals. We just do. It's part of the growth. No way around it. I have 4 very specific things that I do to get clear on my goals. The very first thing should not come as a shock. It's meditating. After I meditate, I write down whatever's on my brain. And if I'm not already clear on what I want to draw into my life, this really helps me get there. So when I write everything down, you can probably start to see a common thread through everything that you're like, okay, this is clearly where I'm going right now. And then I have a spreadsheet and I just write it down in my journal. It's no big deal. I have 5 categories, and you can have a goal for each category if you're feeling super ambitious. That's totally cool. But I will warn you to choose carefully the goals that you want to go after, because each one is going to take dedication and time and effort. So don't overwhelm yourself. I like to start with one goal, and then once I feel like I've mastered that, then I can move on to incorporating a second goal on top of it. I have these categories, and I write down my want in the slot right next to the categories. The second column right next to the want column is going to be, what's the first big leap that you need to take? Because there's fear surrounding our goals. There just is, and we have to take that first big step. The third and final column is going to be, what is one action step that I can take every single day towards this goal? Okay, so here's my example. Imagine you want to draw in the love of your life. You're ready for it. You haven't found anybody in a long time and you're starting to lose hope, but don't lose hope. So you'll write down next to love, you're ready to find your love. And then on the next column, when it's what is the big leap that you need to take, what is the one big fear surrounding you and finding your love? We all have one. It's just time to get real with yourself about what it is that's holding you back. So in this example, imagine my fear is dating apps. I'm afraid of online dating, and I don't think that anybody else online is looking for a real relationship. Well, I'd probably have to download the dating app. And maybe you're not going to find your person on the dating app. Maybe you will, but it is a first step. It is a leap. And there are people on dating apps that are looking for love. Let's be real. You're not alone. You're not the only one. And then the column next to that was one action step that I could take every day towards that goal. For me personally, if this was my goal, I would say 30 minutes of self-care every single morning, non-negotiable. So I wake up, I meditate for 10 minutes, I journal for 10 minutes, and I do yoga for 10 minutes, or whatever your self-care plan is, so that when I do find my person, I'm very strong and steady in who I am, love myself enough to share that love with someone else and accept that love from someone else and be completely present in this partnership. So now you're very clear on exactly what you want, the fear holding you back from it, and one thing that you can do every single day towards that goal. That's a really, really big first step to getting where you want to be. Next thing you do is write yourself a letter, imagining that you're talking to yourself now, but you are already 3 months from now into your goal. So writing yourself a letter to the past on how your goal has manifested for you, being very specific in the details, complimenting your accomplishments and the fears that you've overcome, and carry this letter with you and read it every day. It can be part of your morning routine, it can be part of your bedtime routine, it could be what you do when you're waiting for the train. Just have it with you and read it every day. It's that simple. Now you're very clear on what you want. You're very clear on one thing you can do every day to get there. And you're very clear of the fear that's holding you back. And you are already written yourself a plan in form of a letter on how you plan to get there and all the amazing things you plan to accomplish on your way to it. Make yourself a vision board. It can be this big, and you can like a little postcard. It can be this big, and you can post it on your mirror in your bathroom or right in front of your toilet or whatever it is that you want, that you see it every single day. These are the steps that I take to getting to whatever goal I want to set for myself. So, I have not always been this deliberate with how I set my goals. Actually, I used to be very blah with how I set my goals, and I would just make vision boards that I thought were pretty. One very specific vision board stands out in my mind, and I want to tell you a story. So I was living in New York City for about 5 years, and I really wasn't living my best life. I moved there to be an actress, and I went to school, and I did all the things, and I was stagnant, and nothing was happening. I was bartending for like 14 or 15 hours a day. It was just not a good situation. I knew I was stuck and I didn't know where to go from there. I really didn't. So I made a vision board because that's just what I did when I felt lost. I made this vision board with pictures of people on paddle boards in the ocean. I'd never done that before. And it had words like take the leap and life is calling and adventure waits and people hiking and yoga. I wasn't into yoga then. It had all of these things on there and I was just like, I have no idea what this means, but it looked really pretty. It looked like a person I wanted to be, honestly. So I hung it up in my room. It stayed there for about 6 months. One morning, out of the blue, I woke up thinking, I need to move to Hawaii. I'm supposed to move to Hawaii. It literally was like that. I need to move to Hawaii. So I put it out of my mind for a little while. It didn't seem like something I could possibly afford to do, or like I didn't know anybody there. I put it out of my mind and it just kept getting louder, and it was strange. I went on Facebook because that was back in the day when Facebook was a thing. One of my friends from middle school, so a friend I hadn't seen in years, was on Facebook living in Hawaii. That was crazy. So I sent her a message telling her I was thinking of moving there and what did she think about moving across the world. She said, you can come stay with me for as long as you need. It's all good. So there was no denying that I was supposed to do this, and I was afraid. I was very afraid, but I quit my job and I moved to Hawaii with one suitcase and I think $1,000 to my name. It did not go perfectly once I got there. I mean, if you move across the world with $1,000, you're going to hit the floor on your face, but you learn a lot. And it ended up really being the place I met the love of my life there. I got the career of my dreams there. Some of the best friends I have ever had were made there. And not to mention the amazing memories that are just irreplaceable. When I was packing up my place to move to Hawaii, I found that vision board on my wall that I had completely forgotten about, even though it was right next to my mirror, with all of the beautiful Hawaii things and yoga things and all of the things that I had been craving and wanting in my life. And they came true. They took work, they took effort, they took a lot of courage, but they ended up coming true for me. And I know that they can come true for any of you too. They really can. You just have to know what you want, find the courage to go after it, and don't be afraid to fall on your face in the meantime, because that's really living. That's when you know you're really living. Go make your vision board. Go set your goals. Go set one specific goal. Let me know how it turns out in a month or 2 months or however long it takes for you to come into your very best life. You deserve it. So let it all go. So I'll let you get to it. Let me know how it goes. For real, I can't wait to hear how your law of attraction goal setting goes. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll make more videos like this, and of course more meditation and yoga videos too. I love you guys. Namaste.